it will.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. How you doing? Hope everyone's doing really well. Just give me 1 minute while I sort through some things here. Hope you're doing really well. Just grabbing two things really quick. Hey everybody, how are you? It's so good to see you. Very excited today for, well, two streams as always. Hi Skyfail. Two streams today. Giraffe, Gangami, how you guys doing? Two streams today. It was going to be Metaphor this afternoon, but I've actually switched it for Stellar Blade, and then Metaphor will be tomorrow. So today we're listening to, this morning, for those of you that are currently awake, we are listening to rhythm game music, which I'm very excited about. Rhythm games are this wonderful subgenre and niche.
It will actually delete all the entries.
So I asked YouTube how to delete specific autofill entries, and now every time it's the first video that comes. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be checking out rhythm games this morning, and then this afternoon we're going to be listening to highlights from Stellar Blade, which I'm really excited about. So the goal is to really just film one long video this morning, and then just sort of like talk about rhythm games. You know, like they're just awesome. I have like a soft spot in my heart, especially for Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, and also I also really like the Kingdom Hearts rhythm game. Citus 2 has insane music. I saw some community posts that were saying Sekiro. Hey Applejack, how you doing? But you know what? Honestly, that's like fairly valid. I actually think that Sekiro is a rhythm game, and I think we should feature it. Crypt of the Necro Dancer for sure will be on this video. I have two specific tracks from a patron for Demo 2 and for Citus 2. These will be grabbed from the community post and also you here today. So just be patient as I sort of navigate through the community post right to start. And then we will also dive in there. Hey, Joel. Thanks for being a member for 5 months. That's crazy. Okay. So right off the bat, let's take a look at some of the stuff. And if you've never been on my streams, I do stream full time now, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, give or take this week because of the Thanksgiving holiday for those of us in the USA. But oops, there we go. But so we're gonna, this chat doesn't work there. We're gonna take a look at a bunch of stuff. Let's see. So right off the bat, I do have Citus 2, the Chaos System Offline theme. So we'll be listening to this and analyzing it. Then we'll be listening to Demo 2, Music of Life Nourish, which is the final boss theme by Chamber Chu. So we'll be listening to that. I also want to listen to, and I'll get to your stuff. I swear, I only wanted to just check my browsing data one time, and now, so I wanted to listen to Citus 2 because it's incredible. I also wanted to go through and Crypt of the Necro Dancer Cannot Be Denied. Let's see. I want to just take a look at. Hey, Poison, how you doing? I also want to, you guys can feel free to continue to throw your stuff out there too, because I feel like it's important. Oh, Osu. Yeah, of course. Osu Tatake Wendon. Joel, 50. That's a lot, Joel. Joel, that's more than normal, isn't it? That's a lot of fucking memberships, Joel. You in that government job. I swear. Do you normally do 50? I can't remember, but I appreciate you every time. You know, you got to stop, though, because I'm going to get used to it.
It will actually delete
Can't do that all the time,
entries,
Joel.
you know, all.
You're a spy? Yeah. At this point, I actually believe you. Hey, Zav, just Shapes and Beats will absolutely be on this. And depending on how many we film, I actually may play just Shapes and Beats or Geometry Dash here after, because I love both of those games for different reasons. So, all right, so we have Hi-Fi Rush. I'm going to keep taking a look here at some of these community posts because this is really where I'm going to pull from first. Yeah, Metal Hellsinger will definitely be on this episode. Thank you for that. Definitely No Straight Roads as well. Cadence of Hyrule we can throw on here. Hey, Zev. For those of you on Twitch, which I'm looking at right here, one of the members of my community just gifted 50 subs. Yes, Marchim, yes, you'll be able to offer opportunities. This is your second live? Welcome in, Clorox. Mad Rat Dead is an underrated rhythm game? Okay. Rhythm Heaven. There's actually like a ton. There's so many. Let's do this Electromagnetic Adventures from Geometry Dash. We'll grab this. Yeah. OST. Is this the one? Yeah. Cool. Let's see. The main theme from Rhythm Thief. Full Moon Night. I've played To the Moon. It should be on the channel, or it's on the second channel. More Marco Meatball, or yeah, that's what it's called. Thank you, Strawberry. Rhythm Thief has Sonic composers on it. Does it really? Let's do the main theme then. You can throw your suggestions, and I'm grabbing a couple from the chat. I'm going to grab 5 from this. This won't be the first time I make, the only time I make this video, so don't worry, there'll be more. Buongiorno. And then I'll grab 5 from here, or just a couple more, and then I'm going to grab 2 more from this list, then I'm going to grab 5 from the chat. So if you don't mind waiting. Can it be songs from games that aren't rhythm games, but the stage or boss is? Yeah, why not? I actually think that would be really interesting to do for the final song from, I swear to God, I just one time, Drakengard 3 final boss would be really fun because it is technically a rhythm game. Let's see, what's it called? It's called The Final Song. That's what it's called. I also wanted to grab some stuff from Full Moon Night. That sounds good. I wanted to grab stuff from Full Moon Night. Is this it? Must be. Full Moon Night. Full Moon Night gives someone of the hardest levels. Beethoven Virus. That sounds really fun. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I guess what's Full Moon Night from? Oh, that's gonna get copyright claimed. I'm gonna have to skip that one. Oops, sorry. Let's see. I'm going to grab 2 more from this list. And then I'll ask you guys what to do. Rhythm Doctor. Grievous Lady from Arcea. Really? I'm intrigued. Oh, here's Beethoven Virus. That sounds fun. Let me grab that. And then, yeah, I would like to grab some stuff from Patapon. Beethoven Virus, is that what it's called? Beethoven Virus by Banya. Pump It Up. Okay.
It will actually delete
So
all
annoying.
the entries, you know, all the
I just was trying to clean up my shit. Beethoven, Pump It Up. Fun. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then I want to grab one more. Bakamitai. That's so valid. Does that count? We should. I mean, why not? It should. Why Yakuza 5, though? Why, of all of them, why Yakuza 5? We might as well do like a deep dive on Bakamitai in this video. But why number 5? Is 5 that much better than... Actually, this sounds... No, it's not as good. I want the original from Yakuza. Yeah, I want this one. This one. Can't wait to get to this, but I need the lyrics, which are right here. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then, all right, so I have Citus 2, Citus, Water Flame. Okay, we have a shit ton of tracks here. Hold on one second, because I also want to grab like 3 or 4 from, oh, I need to grab a track from Metal Hellsinger, guys. And Crypto the Necro. Wow, there's a lot. What the fuck? All right, wait, hold on. Some of these are... Hi-Fi Rush deserves to be up here, especially after all it's gone through. Dragon Guard 3 for sure. Yeah, for sure. Grievous Lady. Okay, no, it's not as full as I thought. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to grab Okay, guys, go ahead and drop your suggestions in the chat. So I'm looking at YouTube I'm looking at Twitch right here, and I'm looking at YouTube over here. Just know that I have Citus 2 twice. I have Geometry Dash. I have Demo 2. I have Hi-Fi Rush. I have Rhythm Thief. I have Drakengard 3. I have Grievous Lady from Arcea. Pump It Up from... I don't actually know what this is from. I guess from Pump It Up. I have Pump It Up. I have Yakuza, and I have Stygia from Metal Hellsinger. Oh, Parappa. Monodrama. Fly Into Your Heart from Guitaro Man. Oh, I need No Straight Roads. Oh, shoot. Yeah. All right. Got one here. Friday Night Funkin' would be a good idea. Sobrim? Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, Rhythm Doctor. Oh no, I love all this shit. I didn't know Yakuza 0 had a rhythm game, a dancing game. That's very funny. Melatonin. Oh, Melatonin. What a good game. You know, honestly, if we end up with like 10 tracks, it's okay. Or if 20 tracks. Savile. Osu. Miko. That's true. Although I wonder what the Miko copyright situation is. Cadence of Hyrule deserves to be in here, yeah. And then Crypt of the Necrodancer. I want to grab Disco Descent. Okay. Captain Jack? No. We have Demo 2, so maybe we want Demo 1. Let me just grab that too. We'll see how much time. I mean, my brain is going to start to melt after about... Why do you hate me? Do any boss levels. Yeah, Rhythm Doctor's amazing. 6 Feet Thunder? I haven't heard that actually. Hey Biden, how you doing? Weird that you couldn't find To the Moon. I got Gerudo Desert Combat. Wow. Rift of the Necrodancer's coming out? That's cool. Stay Funky might be good. Oh, A Dance of Fire and Ice. That's such a good game. Rhythm Heaven. Okay. Why is this so hard? Yakuza Dark Souls? No, I did Silly Billy. I feel good about Silly Billy. Freedom Dive. I'm still reading, sorry. I didn't expect this many of you at this hour. I have to tell you the truth. February? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, cool. DDR. I think DDR might be really complicated. You have school in 30 minutes? You're at work. Yeah, I know it's midnight. I know. For some of you, it's late. This is your Nirvana. I think it'd be a little bit of a stretch to put Ludwig the Holy Blade, but I see what you mean. I should put some DJ Max in here too. I'd actually like to put down the CD Baby. Might be a little bit tricky, but worst case scenario, just I don't actually keep it in the video. Oh, you're on your PTO? Yeah. NB Ranger from DJ Max. Oh, Space Channel 5, Dearsley. You're killing me. There's so many good choices. What? What? I wonder what the claiming is like on DJ Max. I might keep it in here just to see it. Early morning boredom. Hey, Jazzer. Okay. Thanksgiving break. Thanks, Strawberry. Oh yeah, let me throw in Sapatapon in here too, because I feel like that would be a mistake. Okay, guys, I think we're good. I mean, I think, you know, I appreciate all of you throwing out the suggestions and it's hard to mix from the community posts and the chat. So I mean, there's a lot. And also I actually, no joke, I actually want to play some rhythm games if we can. After this. So I love Sly Cooper. Oh yeah, Memento Mori. That's true. Okay, I think we have a ton. I mean, we have a lot. We have a lot here. So there's a Korean guy on YouTube who plays DDR and he's cracked. It's amazing. Okay, let's film this. So this is going to be the rhythm game video. One of my patrons had suggested 2 pieces from rhythm games, and I've been looking forward to doing this video because I actually love rhythm games. So I want you to know that I actually like. I don't get to play them nearly enough because sometimes, like if I'm sitting around with my fiance and we're watching TV, I can't always have the sound on. But rhythm games are one of my favorite, avenues. So I'm really excited. I've been really looking forward to this. Okay, I think, oh man, there's just so many. Let me just grab one more just for the sake of grabbing it because I saw Guitar Man pop up a lot. So I swear to God, I gotta delete that. Some of these are tricky because I think a lot of these are going to get claimed because of the nature of them. Because some of them, not that they're licensed, but the way that it works is sort of interesting. Anyway, okay. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I may not do 2 Sidus 2 themes. We'll see. 1, 2, but I really like Sidus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no, wait. Did I grab Stygia? I didn't. I just can't have metal cell. Yeah, VR. So one of the best VR rhythm games I played was oh my God, what was this? It's the Sega game. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? The Sega game with the monkey. No, not Beat Saber. Although Beat Saber I really like. Ragnarok is really good. Oh my God, it was with maracas, and you would do Amigo, yeah, and you would Samba de Amigo. Oh my God, it was the only reason I wanted to keep my my VR. It's so much fun. Samba de Amigo with the maracas. Oh my God! If you like rhythm games and you have VR, I implore you to save up some money or buy it because it's like it is so much fun. It was one of my favorite rhythm games I played this year actually. I played it in I think in March or May. I played it in February. Pistol Whip 2 is really good. I have a back injury, so I can't play Pistol Whip. Which is unfortunate because there's a lot of movement involved. But I have to say that also if you like licensed stuff, I really recommend Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, either on the 3DS, the Theater Rhythm on the 3DS, which is good but not as good as the Final Bar Line, which is all the music of Final Fantasy. It's a little easy, so those of you that enjoy like real challenge, I mean it does get pretty hard in the extreme levels, but I would really recommend Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. It's really, really good. All the Final Fantasy tracks set to music, set to rhythm game style. Really good. Also, the Kingdom Hearts. What's that one? The Kingdom Hearts, whatever the Kingdom Hearts rhythm game is, Tears from Heaven or whatever the fuck it's called. I highly recommend that. That's really fun too, especially if you like Kingdom Hearts music. Melody of Memory. That's right. Yeah. Really good. It's really good. Geometry Dash or Shapes and Beats is 90% copyright music? Really? I played Just Beats not too long ago. All right, well let's film this video. It'll take about 45 to an hour. And then if you feel like sticking around, I think I'm going to hop into a rhythm game too, just for funsies. because I really am in the mood for gaming this morning, actually. So I really wanted to hop into a rhythm game and just like vibe. This is the rhythm game episode, if you will, and we'll do this more than once. So don't fear. Into the thick of it. All right, let's dive in, shall we? I gotta get my brain on. I'm a little bit tired this morning. Been dealing with a lot of negativity recently, which has been very... All right, where do I want to start? I think I'm going to start with Sidus 2. I love Muse Dash. Into the thick of it. All right. I think we'll start with Sidus 2. All right, let's do it. Switch over here. Can I pin a message on YouTube? Yeah, saying suggestions are closed. Sure. YouTube. And again, for those of you that are new to these particular streams, like, or these particular sort of the way that I structure these videos, they're less detailed analysis and more broad and fun. You know what I mean? Suggestions are now closed. So we're really like vibing with these videos. Just FYI, in case it wasn't obvious. It's really fun to listen to music with people. I've actually really been loving doing these live streams. You've never been subscribed? It's funny how often that will happen. Right, let me take this off and get started. It's very warm in here. I took suggestions from the chat too, about 5. Okay. Are you ready, chat? If you're ready, I can be ready too. Also, Luna says hi. She's over here. Patapon is on the PS Vita, right? I have it. I've never played it. Oh, hi, Luna. Oh, PSP, that's right. Okay. The coffee has been consumed. The seltzer is cracked open. All right. Might stop and start as we go. That's how we usually do things. Hey over there on Twitch. Hey over there on YouTube. Hope you're doing great. But your name's not really Luna, is it? That'd be really funny if it was. She's in a sleepy mood this morning because it's raining. Okay. I wish I could do... Can I go live on my phone on Twitch? Well, I can't do both. I was about to say, like, I should set up a Luna camera right over here because she's usually sitting... All right, well, whatever. Okay. I've listened to some Duel Links. I want to do a card game episode in December. So that's when we'll really focus in. I have heard of Rayman, of course. Yeah, Rayman. I used to play a lot of Rayman back in the day. Okay. All right. OBS is updated. We're going well there. Perfect. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now it's time to film. Hey everybody, welcome in. Well, you know what? Rhythm games are really awesome. And a lot of people don't really think about them when they think about video games. But video game music and rhythm games go hand in hand. It's an amazing experience to be able to sit down and play through music. I don't know what it is about rhythm games, but there's something about them that is just a delight. And so today we're going to be listening to a ton of tracks from rhythm games, talking about them, stopping and starting as we go, and just enjoying video game music from rhythm games. Here we go. First up today is Sidus 2, one of the coolest rhythm game tracks I've ever heard. It's a doozy and really, really, really fun. So, you know, I don't want to stop too much during the tracks, but the one thing that I have to talk about when this comes up is just the adrenaline pump. And I think that that's something that's very common throughout all rhythm games to a degree, is the sense that like hitting the cues at the right time is such an incredibly satisfying experience for musicians and non-musicians alike. I think like there's something so incredibly satisfying and empowering about hearing a song like this and immediately diving in and being like trying to hit every single one of those beats as they get close to you. I don't know what the official title is for those bars that show up, by the way, but there's such a satisfying feeling of connecting with music in this way. And I think that that's partly why rhythm games are successful. And I think that they're a super sub niche of video games on the whole, but it's an incredibly empowering feeling to connect to music in a tangible way where you're hitting and interacting with the music in the same moment as you're hearing it. And for that's why I love it, especially as, you know, with a musician of my background, like there's something so incredibly satisfying about it. And what I love about Citus 2 is that when it kicks in really hard right off the bat with organ, with this intensity. And you feel naturally that your adrenaline starts to flow and you want to make sure that everything you're doing is right and everything you're connecting with is correct. And that's such a satisfying and incredible feeling. And I think here the mixture of this organic sound with the EDM sound really pairs beautifully. This is such a virtuosic piano piece, actually. If you were to hear this in a symphony hall, you'd be like, oh my god. And then you throw on this fantastic electronic beat to it, and it's just like madness, you know? And then you get taiko drums in there too, just fueling that intensity. This muffled organ is so satisfying. There's such an expression of like hidden veiled danger in that sound. The way that it, see how it like shifts into gorgeous chorus in there now. The horns over top. This incredible reset here. Gorgeous melody. It's such a human sound here. To then fade away with just the piano after all that journey. Is fantastic. It's like a resetting at the very end. And Sidus 2 is such a terrific piece of music because I think it takes us on an emotional journey. Now, obviously, you know, not every rhythm game has story elements and things that we can connect to, but what I love about rhythm games themselves is that we're really stripping away any of the veneer of all the stuff that we tend to get in video games, like the story and you know, plot and all the like intricacies of that, and what we actually are confronted with. Now, of course, there is plot in Sidus and in Demo and others on this list, but predominantly though, what we're really left with is music, and I think that really speaks to the idea that music is such an incredibly cathartic, interesting, and empowering thing that we can listen to that allows us to connect not only to the context of the video game, but also to our own personal lives and our own personal contexts. And Sidus 2 here really feels like it's pushing us to reflect on not only the story that's going on, but also on our own personal stories. What's really cool about rhythm games is that we're so interconnected with the music. We essentially, and I think this is an experience that we don't necessarily get unless we're actually playing an instrument in some cases, but we end up merging with the music itself, and almost like we are facilitating the music, unless you're talking about a game like Everhood, where you're actively avoiding the beats and the music. It's an interesting spin on a rhythm game concept. But in this particular case, it really feels like the organ is an expression of agitation and anger, almost a defiance. The virtuosic piano feels like trying to uphold morals and standards and responsibilities and what have you. And the EDM and the incredible and propulsive rhythm there symbolizes, duty and responsibility and commitment and forward movement. And all of these things coalesce together to create this wonderfully dense and rewarding piece of music that is so fun to listen to. It's a terrific piece of music, and obviously in this particular instance, we're just listening to the music. We're not looking at the charts, because I think even stripping away the charts and just listening to the music for the music's sake is such an important part of really starting to appreciate music for what it provides and what it brings to us as people that love rhythm games, but also people who love video games on the whole, which is really awesome. What a terrific piece of music. I've listened to it now 10 times or so, and each time I feel like I'm discovering and exploring more and more, and it's a delight. What's up, Suprons? What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for sticking out for that one. Again, a lot of this is really just vibing. I hope. Hey, Mousa, I hope that you enjoyed that piece as much as I did. It's really incredible. Really, really fun. Yeah. Again, this episode is much more about appreciation, and obviously, if things come up that I notice, I'll definitely be talking about them. But I really wanted to also highlight how beautiful this music is, and so much of it is so easy to not really think about if we're like so busy playing it. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah. Okay, I think. Let's go. Let's see. Just one. I just started. Yeah, I definitely want to actually sit down and play it too. A game that we wouldn't necessarily call a rhythm game until the very last boss would be Drakengard 3. And if you ask any Drakengard player, they're going to tell you that it gives them nightmares because of how hard and how difficult the Black Song White Scales final song is. And so I listened to this one other time and it threw me for a loop. So we're going to be diving back in, and I'm really excited to check this out with you. Oh, you know what though? I'm going to just... Oh, you know what I said? Never mind. It's fine. Okay. Let's go. Every Drakengard 3 player right now is screaming the bells. The bells, the bells. This is a reprise of Kuroi Uta. We shift into the different intoner sections here. Picking up in tempo as we're shifting again. Love the percussion here, especially mixed in with the melodic pattern of the singing. shifting in rhythm again. As we move through each phase of each boss. And it doesn't matter how fast or how rhythmic this goes, we still have anguish and sadness in the lyrics and in the vocals here. And it feels like shift. It feels like fighting against something. And I find the contrast between the lyrics that we're seeing and the percussion so interesting. Shift again. Now we have piano predominant. There's an internal struggle here because of the way that we're combining these two elements of percussion and florid, very legato singing. Especially with the vocals here over top. Another shift. Back into Kuroi Uta. I love when we recontextualize songs that we've already heard before with different structures. And then the slowing down here is incredible. Hilariously, it's kind of a troll experience when you're actually doing it in game. Slowing down tempo like this is such a jerk move in the context of the game. But look at how the voice sort of almost dies out as we slow down in tempo. Leaving us with just celeste-like instrument. And all that space leaves us with a feeling of death, doesn't it? It's very bold to have all this open air between the notes playing. Repeating that melody we've already heard in the vocals. You can feel the breath. The fact that that's a rhythm game element, and it's very easy to ruin, and you have to start over because you miss one thing. It's a bold move to create a piece like that and put it at the very end of a video game, and also have it be like truly rhythmic, and also just the direction that this thing goes in. It's fantastic because it's a familiar song. It's a familiar piece. But what I find really interesting is that things don't change. Like the constant is, I'm sorry, let me I just saw there's a comment here about me that I did not realize. It totally threw me off. I just would look down for 1 second. It says, there's this YouTuber called Marco Meatball who is a classically trained opera singer that reacts to game music from different series. It's really interesting because his main point in a lot of his videos is that a lot of game music, especially from the newer Final Fantasy franchises, is musically rich and sort of a 21st century revival of classical music. He says that we experience game music is how people in the classical era experienced opera music, and that both should be held in equal high regard. We connect this beautiful music to emotionally charged experiences like someone attending an opera would connect the music to the story being told in the visuals. Above all, however, the music is so well constructed that it can communicate the themes of the work without any context from the games themselves. And when heard as part of the experience, is that what I say? Yeah, I think that's true. As an art form in its infancy, with a wider cultural push that seeks to keep games being viewed as utilitarian products as opposed to a legitimate and serious form of art, I think that the broader culture has completely foregone appreciating and studying the music of these modern masters. It's really tragic that the majority of music lovers dismiss video game music. I sincerely believe that 100 years from now, when the cultural moment has come and gone, people will be discussing Keiichi Okabe's music, and in my opinion, he is a musical talent of the century. Well, thank you, Sean Fusa 3076. I would agree with you, and you summarized my entire perspective on video game music better than I could. Yeah, that's very true, and this piece is profound because it has fantastic layering. It connects us to a thing that we've heard before in this game. And more than that, it moves through different phases, much like a symphony would. We have different tempos. We have different emotional stakes. We have different contexts. We have different, we have different structure in each piece. And I have to say, it's an incredible work of art. And one of the most amazing things about video game music, and we're listening to rhythm game music in this particular episode, is that all of these pieces are fantastically legitimate pieces of music. And anyone who would shame you for listening to video game music is wrong. Fundamentally, not subjectively, objectively. These pieces are incredible. And each of them bring a wonderful emotional impact that you can then take and carry with you, whether experiencing it in the game. But certainly I would hope that you would take this music and listen to it on its own and feel that connective tissue and feel that connection that it brings you. Music is very powerful for this very reason. Music is emotion. And I think sometimes we get caught up because we hear music in video games. And yes, it's a wonderful vessel and vehicle for storytelling and for all the things in gameplay. Obviously, rhythm games have gameplay, but music transcends all of those things if you allow it to. And the final song from Drakengard 3, when I first heard it, I was really thrown off by it. But in actuality, it's a profoundly moving piece. Now, I probably would hate the song if I played it in context because it's cruel and difficult, but it's very powerful. It's very powerful. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that piece as much as I do. I'm really scared to see. Perfect. Yeah, but he uses clickbait thumbnails for my favorite songs, so he's a hack. Oh, good. Reaction content is non-content. Perfect. Classic. Ah, yes. The duality of YouTube. Let's check out. Okay, so now we're diving into stuff that I haven't necessarily heard. Why did I click on the comment? Because I'm a masochist. That's why. I actually want to pivot to something really interesting, and I want to pivot to Baka Mitai. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, Marco, this is supposed to be a rhythm game episode, but I did want to highlight a couple examples of games that use rhythm games, gamey minigame qualities, that I think are really like exceptional. And Baka Mitai, I think it would be very easy to dismiss or I don't know, take for granted or not think it's anything, right? If you're playing Yakuza, the beautiful thing about Yakuza, based on the Yakuza Kiwami that I played, if you immerse yourself in that world of in that time period in that story, everything you do in Yakuza feels legitimate and really good. And I also think that, like, if we really think, first of all, Baka Mitai is actually like a really good song. But then on top of that, if you think about the context in Kiryu's like life and his thought process in the moment while going in and singing Baka Mitai, it's fun because it's almost like this like 4D chess that you're playing mentally, because it's like, well, what is Kiryu? Why would Kiryu want to sing Baka Mitai? Is it just a mini game or is it much more than that? And I find that is really fun. So let's listen to Baka Mitai from Yakuza. Baka mitai kodomo nano ne, yume wo otte kizu tsuite, uso ga heta na kuse ni waraenai egao miseta. I love you, no. 口メカネほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよなら言えたの。ダメダメよダメよ、好きすぎてどれ強いがでも歪まない思いがバカみたい。 So here's the thing, I mean, I won't stop yet. In all seriousness, and I'm sorry for Yakuza fans for pausing there, but I know that this song is memed to hell at this point, but oh wait, I want the English translation. But it's a legitimate song. I mean, like, let's look at the lyrics. I've been a fool and you've been childish. You fell down, you got hurt, chasing sweeter dreams. Never could hide the truth in your eyes. That's how I knew that smile was a lie. I love you is something you never say. Couldn't get it out, always just pulled away. So then why, please won't you tell me why you could find the words to say goodbye? I'm such a mess. I'm lost. I'm no good at this. I'm in love, still in love, still in love with you. Hard as I try, I can't even drink this pain away. Memories of you twisting my view. I've been a fool. Right, that's just the first verse, of course. But so what I find amazing is that here we are, we're playing Yakuza 0 or Yakuza whatever, because they're kind of in everywhere. And we enter into the karaoke bar and we're faced with a rhythm game. And not only that, but if you actually take the time to look at the lyrics, you actually discover like a really poignant song about like love and love lost and unrequited love. And the thing is that this is stupid, but unrequited love is a concept that has been written about and composed for, and poets have written poetry about it for hundreds of years. And so I find it kind of funny that here we have a rhythm game that features an incredibly deep and thoughtful song. And on top of that, it also highlights like a connection to the character themselves in the game. But then out of the game, it also is like a delightfully pleasant and beautiful piece of music to listen to. And I think that's just amazing. You know what I mean? Like that's the cool thing about rhythm games, is that they can be these full-on story beats. They can connect us to music that from like our favorite genres, like Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, or Melody of Memories from Kingdom Hearts or whatever. But then on top of that, they can be these terrific mini games that expand and connect us to characters and story. And rhythm games kind of span the gamut. They can also just be fun music games, right? So I would be remiss to not include Bakamitai and the Drakengard 3 final song, because it's just fun. They're just fun pieces. Okay, let's dive into stuff that I don't actually know. Let's go over to, and sorry Yakuza fans for only playing a verse. I'll do a cover and I'll do every verse for you as an apology. Okay. Monday night, Marco yapping. Chat, is this peak? That's very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Let's check out Cadence of Hyrule. Let's check out Cadence of Hyrule. Gerudo Desert Combat. No, you know what? Before we do that, let's check out, I started playing Crypt of the Necrodancer not too long ago, and I say like started because I still actively like have it saved, ready to go, but it's actually really difficult. And I find what's amazing about Crypt of the Necrodancer so amazing is that rhythm is so important. And rhythm, rhythm is a funny thing, because as an opera singer, singers are not necessarily known for their strong sense of rhythm. And I think part of that is because everything we do is based on legato. And it's something that people don't really think about. I also think that percussionists would obviously be the best at rhythm games, because their entire thought process when they're playing music is rhythm focused. And so one of the things that people might not necessarily know about when we're talking about rhythm games on the whole is that rhythm comes easier or less easy for people depending on what the instrument is. And so for singers, as a prime example, and why the joke is that singers have terrible rhythm, is because singing is all about legato. Legato means connecting all of the notes together with fluidity. And one of the things that gets really difficult is that while you're singing, you're thinking about your breath, and you're thinking about each individual note and sliding up and going down the scale and doing whatever the music tells you to do. Whereas percussionists, it's all rhythm, you know what I mean? Or pianists. So all I have to say is Crypt of the Necrodancer is a really fun and challenging game, because it's really hard to stay consistent, especially when we're talking about bouncing and moving to the beat. And Disco Descent 1-1 is an amazing track. I love the riff. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Love this little melodic line here. So that's terrific. That's such a terrific little corner because that's where we actually get a little bit of the danger. And it's interesting because the first half of this piece, and it's a 3-minute piece, right? But the first half of it is all about like setting the pace, and it does a great job. I really like this. I mean, Disco Descent. I made a mistake and said that we were moving into tracks that I didn't know, but Disco Descent is the only track I know from Crypt of the Necrodancer because I've literally never made it past Disco Descent 1-1. And so terrifically, what ends up happening when the melody comes in, this whole section here that happens to be the most replayed, that's where the danger comes in. Because we're literally in a crypt. I mean, we're fighting against these blobs and these skeletons and what have you, and that's where the danger strikes. But we need a minute to set up the tempo. And I find that this is really interesting because the question becomes like, how hard is it to write rhythm game music? And the question is valid because I think it's probably quite difficult because obviously there's a gameplay mechanic that connects to the music. So maybe that takes a little bit of the difficulty out, but like overall, it's really challenging to sync up all of these different factors. And I bet you what ends up happening is, and I'd love to talk to Danny actually about this, is that chances are what ends up happening is the music is made first with enough of a lead in so that the player can get used to it. There's obviously a lot of back and forth that has to occur. And then the gameplay is added on top of that to sync up with that. And I also think like it's such a celebration of music. And I think that that's ultimately what rhythm games are, is they're a terrific celebration of music. And that's why they're a delight to play. But before we leave Crypt of the Necrodancer, we can't do this without listening to the shop theme. And I will sing along. Yes. Crypt of the... And the fact that this becomes diegetic in the sense that we actually hear it in game. We hear it in game with the shopkeeper. This piece becomes a diegetic piece. It's so cool. That's very high, by the way. So fun. Love the riff here too. And then we take it and we mix it in with this electric guitar over top. And again, there's a little bit more danger there, right? Yeah, Crypt of the Necrodancer is terrific, and I love the sense that the fact that we get a little bit of stress in there too, and the shopkeeper is really fun because again it takes something that we've already heard, modifies it slightly, and we get this diegetic piece of music that exists within the game, and it feels like it sort of like it's almost like a a parody of itself, whereas like it breaks, when I say that, I mean, it breaks the fourth wall. And so you're essentially like, you're face to face with the music, and you're hearing the music in game. I mean, it's like, it's a delight. And so naturally, next up is Gerudo Desert Combat from Cadence of Hyrule, the Legend of Zelda version of this. And I don't think I've heard this. I may have, but I'm excited to listen to it. Really nice ostinato under there. And look at how the guitar is driving that forward. A little bit of stuff in the upper register, but that's really subtle the way it went. Oh, it's Gerudo Valley. Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's terrific. It's so cool to hear the melody in the lower section of this with the electric guitar over top. Nice unison movement there. And then here we get this like sort of like middle section with the harp playing in there. Sort of muted trumpet sound, especially. Da 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 ya ba da da da. It's incredible how we can recontextualize a piece of music and it can create a different sense. Like Gerudo Valley, the Gerudo Valley theme as is already such a delight, right? Like there's nothing about that isn't delectable. It's delightful. It's a joy to listen to, right? So much fun, loving that Spanish sort of flamenco sort of whatever vibe to it, right? But then you take that and you add electric guitar and you mix and match with the horns and you add all these different elements and it creates a different soundscape. It creates a more tense soundscape. It's interesting too how music within itself can create multiple different feelings, right? So like this one, the original Gerudo Valley from Ocarina of Time has a more debonair sound to it, a more swashbuckly, a more confident sound. Whereas the other one is a little bit more dangerous. And I think part of that's because the electric guitar dials it up. And there's a bunch of little things like that create that sense of stress, right? And that's really fun and really satisfying to listen to. But it's amazing to me how music recontextualized with different instrument choices can actually seismically change the way that the piece feels. And I think that that's something that like we don't necessarily think about when we think about music, is that like everything can change. We can keep the same rhythm. We can modify it ever so slightly. We can change a little bit of the melody, but if we retain the same structure but change everything around it, it sounds different. And yeah, I think that both of these examples are great examples of like the strengths of rhythm games, and also I think also how diverse rhythm games can be. We heard story-based stuff with Citus. We heard story-based like rhythm stuff with Drakengard and with mini games with Yakuza. And then in Crypt of the Necrodancer, we heard a different take on the traditional rhythm game style, which, you know, especially not so much musically, but when you think about what these games look like, it's amazing how broad the niche of rhythm games actually is, and how much freedom there is to try things when it comes to rhythm game gameplay, not just hitting the bar. You know, I mean, I grew up in a time when Guitar Hero had just come out, and that was like the first rhythm game that I think a lot of people in my generation played, and we were like blown away by guitar. It was a sensation. It was a sensation. It was at every single party in college. Every single party I went to not that many, but enough parties to go and enjoy. You always had Guitar Hero there. I also went to a music school, so of course. But point is that like that was the first iteration, and that was as simple as it got. It was just hitting the notes to popular music that we all loved. And now look at how far, you know, almost 15-ish years later, how much variety there is in rhythm games themselves. It's exciting. All right, let's move over to Demo 2. Now, one of my patrons asked for this piece, and it looks like, based on what we've discovered, it looks like it's the final boss. So I'm excited to check this out. This is Music of Life, Nourish, from Demo 2. Wow. So okay, not the final boss, but the thing is, what's really incredible about this is how orchestral this is. This is a completely valid piece of work that you could literally hear in a symphony hall. That's actually crazy. Like this structurally, this has no difference than something you would hear out of a composer like Richard Strauss, or out of a composer like take your pick. I mean, this is actually profound. And I think like the fact that this isn't a rhythm game is really interesting to me, because not only does this introduce a whole swath of people that play rhythm games and love rhythm games to classical music, but it also is entertaining. And I think that that's really the rub. It's like sometimes there's an issue here where we're listening to classical music and people don't want classical music as much. And people are craving that new thing that's out right now, right? And what I find interesting is that here's a game that's on mobile that is, you know, easily playable, that is introducing people to something that they may then go and say, oh, I would love to go and sit down in a symphony hall and check this out, right? Like, that's mind-blowing. And it may not sound like Demo 2 Music of Life Nourish, but the fact of the matter is that this is a gateway drug to classical music. And they may never go to the symphony, but as long as they've had an emotional and musical experience with with classical music, that's exciting. And it's really worth celebrating. And here, like, you can automatically hear the tension built up. I know that there's a ton of story in Demo 2 and in Demo itself, and we'll get to Demo 1 later in this episode, but what I find really special about this is how tense it feels. And I can only imagine what this looks like with the charts and with the notes coming at you. I can imagine it's quite difficult. Wow. That's huge. Oh, wait, the way the piano takes over here is really interesting. Oh my god. The bassoons. Oh my gosh. I have to talk about how cool that is. There's a little emotional thing that happens here that's really interesting, especially when we look at the way that the music is, hear the way the music is written. There's a wonderful crescendi that happened, and then so there's a little bit of like very subtle call and response. And then what's fascinating here is then we come together and it swells into this huge volcanic eruption of sound there as everything sort of coalesces. It's also interesting because the piece first started with a bit of a horn dominating thing, while also having the strings sort of, it's funny because usually strings in an orchestral piece like this, strings are the thing that ends up being most present. But in this particular case, we actually start with the horns, and the strings act as accents to the horns, which I find really fascinating. And this entire time, this is about a 6-minute piece, and we're about 2 minutes in. This entire time, it's not really been a lot of push and pull between characterization. It's really been a theme about a theme for the boss, rather than being a piece that is about triumph or success. And where I stopped is with the first part, where we start to get a little bit of like a possibility of triumph. And I think that's also something that's really important, is that oftentimes in music, we have to consider the emotional response that we're having to a piece. And we may know context based on what the game is about and what's happening in the scene, but also like the way that the way the music goes, it can guide us in which direction we should be pointing towards, whether we're being pointed towards the boss, pointed towards us as characters and us as players, or pointed towards the situation at hand. There are other variables, of course, but that's the thing that's really sticking out to me about this, is that this is really about like the stress of battle, right? It's really exciting. A lot of unison movement here. See, and this is where it shifts. So what we do is we flip, and now there's this emotional feeling of the strings connecting and in unison movement. That's where we feel the impetus of being like, okay, this is for us. We have a chance to really do something here. Right? That's such an intense feeling of like coming together, of rejoining the emotional stakes and saying, okay, I can do this. Right, but around that, before that, certainly, that's been all about the boss and or this character and feeling like there's adversity at hand. Whereas now we've got this really melodic section, which is really guiding us towards a new possibility, right? We actually pull back there, interestingly enough. Now we're back into the tension of it. Nice trills there. See, horns again. Wow. I can't believe this isn't a video game. And a rhythm game of all things. I want to stop really quick too and say that structurally, this actually is very close to something like a piano concerto. This is, oh my God, if you've never heard this before, I'm sorry that I'm stopping a lot, but it's important because if you've never heard something like this before, classical music is literally this. I mean, like piano concertos, Rachmaninoff piano concertos. I mean, really any piece that has this like piano emphasis in it. You get some Franz Liszt like this. You get some Chopin like this. This is incredible stuff. This is rooted in the foundations of what classical music is. And if this excites you even a little bit, you owe it to yourself, if you want to explore classical music, because the sky is the limit. And this sound quality is like bringing me home. I'm sitting in a symphony hall listening to this. Like, this is such a valid piece of music, and it's a shame that we're relegating it to this beautiful tiny little pocket of a mobile rhythm game where if we would just like, if we would just accept that this is a realistically important and powerful piece of music, and view it more as a tone poem, and a tone poem is a piece that was written like Strauss or Berlioz. These guys wrote these tone poems that are stories built around a classical music thing. Like there's no visuals on the stage. All we're getting is music, and we, the audience, are tasked with creating and imagining a landscape and a world based around the specific tone poem's musical structure. And it's an incredible thing, because this was 8 months ago. This is literally. And I can't even describe to you how exciting it is to hear something like this after spending a decade of my life pursuing an art form that most people view as dead, to connect to a piece of music like this. This is profoundly good and extremely interesting and extremely valid classical music. And like I said, if any of this interests you even remotely, then you owe it to yourself to look up some music from the classical time period. Well, not the classical time period, but actually this would be more romantic time period. To look up classical music in a city near you, to go to it, to sit down in that symphony hall and digest this, because this is profound. And the fact that this is in a video game that you play on your phone is staggering. It's staggering. Now, we have other examples of games that we can play on our phones that are quite good. Lots of mobile games have terrific music, but this is dense in a way that feels very in line with what we think of classically traditional romantic music. It's very exciting. Wow, the descent here in that piano. Swell there. See how it shifted? Oh my God, guys, you hear how it shifted all of a sudden? Now it's like euphoric. It's like inviting the world to us. It's like rising up above the heavens. This is the moment that we are retaking power over this dire situation. Do you hear how it shifted really like subtly? But all of a sudden, boom! There we are. We're presented with a almost like a force of love or some sort of like guidance that then ascends us into heaven. Profoundly good. Oh my God, it's a piano concerto. Goes lower and lower and lower. Oh, back up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa. Do you hear? Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you hear how the strings come in? Oh my God, that goes all over the place. Listen to this. Right there. The strings merge. There's the tension again. Subtle but elegant. Da-da-da-da-da. Wow. That is so extraordinary. That is so extraordinary. That is such a special piece of music. And again, this is literally a game on your mobile phone. Like, you play on your iPad or your Galaxy, whatever. And like it's... Hearing something like that is just so validating for me after all these years of pursuing something that, most people, we had to work so hard in order to get people to just like be even remotely interested. And to hear a piece like this on a mobile game with story around it, and my God, that is profound. So freaking good. All right, let's check out Grievous Lady from Archaea. Let's check this out. I don't know anything about this. Here we go. Would I like to take a moment after that? Yeah, let me take a moment. Whew. God, that was extraordinary. That blew me away. Man, that was so good. I'll probably skip the other Side is 2 song for today since we already had one. I'll do that in another Rhythm Game episode. Crypt of the Necro Dancer, we did. Are you having a good time, chat? It's important to check in. Good. That makes me happy. I probably won't be able to get to all of these, if I'm honest. I'm going to have to start culling a little bit. Oh, hey, Dario. Yeah, I loved it. Wow, was really blown away. Thanks for suggesting that. I hope you love my passion. That's good. I'm glad. I hope that was to your liking. I'll do the second Side is 2 song. I'll do it another time. Kind of not really. Well, you can go and watch the VOD later. You don't have to hang. You'll either connect or you won't connect, right? I mean, that's kind of just the way it goes. All right, let's check out. All right, this is the 6-minute version. So Nothing Is But What Is Not from Grievous Lady. It's good for you to it's good for us, really, I should say, to listen to pieces that we may or may not connect with, or at the very least, like, figure out what's out there and then kind of piece 2 and 2 together, It's interesting how subjective music can be. It's hard. There's no such thing as objectivity when it comes to music, really. All of it's subjective. And I think that's what makes, like, awards for music really, really stupid, even though, obviously, like, I am not immune to making videos about awards ceremonies and where music ranks and rankings and stuff, because ultimately you really can't. I mean, it's each of us come to music in a different way. It's tough. Music is a fascinating thing because it's so intangible. I also I'm very prone to liking everything for the most part, or at least like finding things to like. I don't know if you ever heard this story that I've told, but I had a general manager of an opera company. We were all performing together, and we were getting up and performing in front of our peers, which is a very, very scary thing to experience because everyone comes at it from a different, life experience and technique experience, and everyone's at different levels in their progress at that time. And he was like, find one thing you like about every piece. And that really like blew my brain open. And so from now on, everything I listen to, I always try to, even things that I don't love, I always try to find one thing I like, which has made having a negative opinion or a critical opinion very difficult, because there's so much to enjoy about music. And I just love music so much. So it can be difficult to, I find that the internet wants critique, and it wants sort of strong critical opinions. And I don't have those. Not really anyway. No, I didn't take what you said the wrong way at all. I actually appreciate that you were honest, because it opened up a really interesting conversation. So thank you. I mean, I have things I don't like, right? Of course, I'm a person, but there's a tendency on the internet to be hyper or overly critical, usually not constructively. Which is a problem, I think. But constructive criticism is such a life-giving experience for people. But criticism itself and being negative criticism especially is incredibly detrimental and usually not in good faith. And you can usually spot that right away, because it's usually just like shitting on something for shitting's sake. Constructive criticism usually comes from a place of love or appreciation. And those are the types of critiques that one should listen to, because constructive criticism is very, very healthy and important to grow and to be a better version of oneself. Certainly in the music world, for instance, criticism is just very, very bad for you. Constructive criticism, though, is incredibly healthy. So I appreciate that. Dragon, you're not vibing with everything and said it, and you're still hanging out. That actually speaks a lot to your character. So, I mean, I'm assuming, but yeah. Okay. That was a good break. What's up, Day? Daisy. Okay. Let's check out Grievous Lady. Nothing is but what is not, from Archaea. What is Archaea? This is one thing I do not know. So let's dive in. Oh, church bells. How cool. Whoa. A little bit of shifting into this like evil, dark aesthetic. Love this. Yeah, but very spooky, dangerous. What an incredible piece of music. Oh my God. I love this. I love this style of music. So much piano. What a delight. my god. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yes! Oh my god! Holy shit! Not the organ. Da, 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 da. Some really nice harmony call and response there. Da, 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 da. This is oh my god, it's Bach right here. This is Bach. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with this. And then we recap. So fantastic. We recap with the rain and the sort of terror of the harpsichord. What a delight. Holy shit. And a little bit of the chorus in the background. Sharp, 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 sharp. Oh my god. Oh my god, beautiful. Then we go into the violin with the harpsichord, yeah. It's classic, it's Baroque. Not the chorus. Oh my god! What I will say is that blew my mind. That blew my mind. That's astounding. Like, how do you even talk about that? I mean, it takes like this is called artcore, breakcore, or whatever. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I think it's so deceptive the way it starts. It's what I would say is that actually got very I wouldn't say grating on the ears because it was a delight from start to finish. But what I would say is that after the third repeat of that, the bum 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 bum, I would have liked a little bit of a shift. It got very loud and very intense throughout the entire thing. Now, that being said, this is a style of music that I've actually been looking for. So I'm really excited about learning about this new definition of what artcore is, because I love electronic music. And when you mix it, and it looks like artcore is a style of music combining electronic elements with classical writing, and breakcore, on the other hand, is a style of chopping drum beats. This style is generally called gothic hardcore. That's insane. Like, I've been looking for stuff like this because I find that this to me is like the ultimate blend of all the things that I love about classical music, but with a modern flair to it. And in terms of the stylings in this music, like, all of this is very legitimate classical writing, which is actually mind blowing. Like, I want you to like consider the fact that we're actually mixing two styles, and both of them have to be like well thought out. Like, this is like taking something that's so archaic and old, Baroque music. I mean, how many people are listening to Baroque music? But then you take that and add this incredible, like fat beat, like really twisting it, like almost like twisting a knife into it's almost like cutting the genre up. And I find that that's what's really satisfying about it. It's like, again, I think I could have done it with it being a bit shorter. I think it was a little bit overwhelming on the ears after the last half, but that's why I like a piece like, not rhythm game related, but that's why I like a piece like Tenebroso Sangue or anything that Keygen Church makes, because it takes something that I know and have heard for literally every day for 10 to 15 years and shifts it and changes it. So, I mean, I love the ending. I love that we start the beginning, like beautiful piano. You don't really know where it's going to go. Then you bust out strings and harpsichord. And again, harpsichord is a delight. If you haven't like spent time listening to harpsichord, I really recommend it, because harpsichord is such a nice woody sound to it. I mean, like a piece that's so great is Absolutude from Ragnarok Online. I mean, like, that's like a modern approach to classical Baroque writing using harpsichord that is just delightful. But what this did was, that's crazy. I'm really blown away by this. I'm really, really, really blown away by this. This is so good. It hurt my ears near the end, though. It definitely hurt my ears a little bit. By the end, I was like, ooh. I think a different beat pattern the third time would have been better. Yeah, I'm gonna play Archaea for sure. There's no way I'm not gonna play Archaea. Excuse me. It's too damn good. That was incredible. Okay, I want to check out. Speaking of staying within this classical music sphere, I want to check out Pump It Up Beethoven Virus. This will feature gameplay. It's a shorter piece as well. This is the Beethoven Piano Sonata number 8 in C minor, Opus 13 Pathétique, movement number 3, Rondo Allegro. Let's check it out, shall we? This looks so fun. Bum 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 ba bum bum ba 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 bum ba 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 ba. I mean, wait. Are you saying that was not part of the official game? No, it was. Stuff like this is kind of why I'm skeptical of the stream concept. So many games let you upload basically anything in there. What are you saying? Well, let me talk about that regardless. This is actually in the game. Okay, well then we'll talk about it. Wow. So, listening to that and experiencing that is so cool because not only does it introduce people to actual classical music, but it modifies it so that it's really fun, and it modifies it so that it's really accessible to a modern audience. And again, that's the kind of discussion that we need to keep having about like what is video game music? Like what's happening there? What's happening with video game music? What's happening with classical music? Let's talk about how important taking something that is very old and modernizing it for a modern audience and then having them connect it to it, right? Connect themselves to it. It's really, really, really cool. And it's something that I think like there's a divide between, and I was talking with a colleague about classical music and how we get people to connect things to, how to connect to classical music. Because there's, how do we get people to leave their house and say, you know what, I'm going to go to the symphony hall? And I think honestly, this is one very legitimate. It seems like this is probably in an arcade, but the point is that like connecting people and bringing music to them so that they can then hear it and connect to it in a way that makes sense for them, and then go and see the like thing in the symphony hall is a wonderful way to bridge the gap. And people are always wondering this in the symphony. How do we bridge the gap? How do we bridge the gap between video games and video game music, rhythm games, and going to a symphony? And do we need to? I mean, yes. The answer is ideally yes. Classical music organizations want you to go to their halls to see them, but they also need to do a much better job of actually connecting to you to get you to go to those things. Whether that means classical music video games, whether that means rhythm games where we feature the best opera arias from whatever, put it in a rhythm game, all of a sudden maybe 100,000 people play it, and then they're like, oh my god, I would love to hear Di Quella Lapida from Il Trovatore, or I'd love to hear whatever piece from Libiamo from La Traviata. And then suddenly you're connecting the through line, and you're like, oh my god, I would love to go see Verdi's Rigoletto. I played it in freaking whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and that's something that's really interesting to me, and I think like the new frontier for how we talk about and perceive classical music. I think that that's like such an interesting thought process, and an interesting, like, it's just exciting. And so like a piece like that was delightful. It's delightful because it's Beethoven. You know what I mean? It's so cool. Let's check out the main theme from Rhythm Thief. More harpsichord. Huh? Love these horns. Love. Wow, it's so cool. You just jazz with harpsichord. It's like, how? Oh wait, this is that song. Oh, this is that song. Where have I heard that before? Some YouTuber. No. Ba 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 ba. Oh, Iron Pineapple. Listen to how that bass is just cracking. Wow. So obviously I'd heard that with I'd heard that during Iron Pineapple's intros for Iron Pineapple's videos. So there I didn't know that was actually from a thing, but now that I know, that's delightful. And again, really the thing that I am picking up on every single time I listen to a new one of these pieces is how diverse and how interesting and how creative this music is. I mean, like, this is like harpsichord with walking bass with fantastic big band swing trumpets in fantastic harmony. Like, oh, it's wonderful. Like it makes my heart soar. I mean, you don't ever hear that, guys. And like that's what's so cool is that like here we again, I mean, like, we're talking about rhythm games where music is fundamentally the most important aspect of it. You know, I posted the other day on BlueSky about how, like, I'm tired of video game music being a subgenre, a sub niche of gaming. Like, gameplay is important, of course, but like music is so imperative to good storytelling. You know the amount of people that are like, well, I hate to inform you, but I mute my music. Okay, fine. Well, like, whatever. But like rhythm games, fundamentally, you can't, because you need to hear the rhythm in order, you need to hear it in order to play it. And I think I just need to be playing more rhythm games after listening to all of this. And we still have more to listen to, because it's just this is the home of music in so many ways. Like, this is when music isn't in the background, music is in the foreground. That's what makes rhythm games so delightful. Is that, like, we have, even though rhythm games are a subgenre of gaming, like here we have a fundamentally, like, music focused medium within the confines of video games. It's a delight. I mean, like, and the people that like this stuff have good taste. People that like rhythm games have a desire to connect with music more deeply. And this is what so cool. Let's check out Stygia from Metal Hellsinger. Speaking of rhythm games that sort of flip the script. I know that Bullets Per Minute did it first, but even still. Wow. Love that little accent there. Oh, it shifted. I love the danger in that. That sounds like Evanescence. It's the same singer? Love that delayed rhythm and the percussion there. And the guitar. Awesome harmony in the upper register, sort of driving home sense of forward momentum and drive. Love this rhythm. Love that. Da 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 da. It's so violent musically. And then it shifts. Fall into your arms. I've been waiting for Shum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Shum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Interesting phase shift here. It's more desperate. You know how there are some pieces when you're listening to them and you're like, "Whoa, 6 minutes, okay, that I can really feel that." Whereas that just flew by. I mean, 6 minutes just like coasted. Part of the reason for that is, of course, the rhythm, and we do get some interesting phase shifts around really the halfway point. There's a big shift before it goes back to that chorus. But what I find most delightful, I mean, it's like the absolute wrong word to describe that. I wouldn't call it delightful, but what's delightful about it is the fact that we get that duplicity between the two voices, and being that they're sung by the same singer, Alyssa White Gluz from Arch Enemy. What's really and music and melody by Two Feathers. They've done some League of Legends stuff too. What's really amazing about that is that we get that internal struggle, almost like that split person. It's like almost like a Jekyll and Hyde aspect to it, where there's like listen. There's the desperation in the more vocalic regular version of it, where it's like, please hear me out. Like I'm trying to express myself to you. I'm trying to get you to understand why this matters. And then on the flip side, we get the screaming, more agitated, more desperate sound of like, listen to me, like much more dominant, much more forceful, obviously, right? And I think that that's incredible. It's such an amazing feat to be able to deliver this vocal style with so much just bravado. And I'm always really impressed, more so to hear women do it, because it's the second time I've heard a woman sing in this style, and it's profoundly cool. And it really, I think, the technique is really difficult, and to find the capability within oneself to produce this kind of sound is unnatural and really unique when it works, and this works incredibly well. I also really like the melody. So even though we have all this like jaggedness and this real like outpouring of agitation, frustration, anger, we do end up with a really decent melody line that we can repeat quite a bit every time we have that chorus come in. And I also find it interesting too that every time there's a verse, the verse is actually the screamed emphatic part, which is much more jagged, whereas then we switch into the chorus, and the chorus is much more smooth, hear me, da 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 da, and that's really the part. I don't know, it was delightful. This is the second track from Metal Hellsinger I've listened to. After that, I also listened to before I've listened to No Tomorrow from by Serge Tankian from System of a Down, which that was a band I grew up with. So for me, that was also incredible. This is a game that I should really play, and like it's a mandatory. So yeah, that was awesome. Okay, let's see. 12:23. Let's check out, this is short. Let's check out Gyoron Gyoro's theme from Patapon. This is a very fun rhythm game that I've never played, but it was on the PSP. Obviously, rhythmic forces here. Oh man, that's a vibe. Up, 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 oh, yep, oh, oh. Up, up, up. Jump, jump. Call and response. That's so fun. Up, up. Pop, pop, pop. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. So that's interesting to me because it's one part absolutely terrifying and one part absolutely fun and like a terrific example of what we would describe as call and response, right? Like so the first half obviously ba 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 bum ba bum 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 bum. So basically what you're doing is you're just alternating. And I think that's really, I mean, it's weird because it's actually kind of scary because of the way that we have the unison sort of high-pitched, almost childlike sort of shouting. Obviously it's very, very, very tribal. There's also such a terrific semblance of power that occurs in that, especially because of the percussive elements which we're playing. It's just like it feels like connecting with these Patapon, right? It feels like connecting to them in a almost like cosmic level. And I know that's reaching a little bit, but there's a sense in that music of really molding and merging with like an entity that is alien and that you don't necessarily trust per se. Like that's the quality that really exists in that. And also melodically, ba 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 bum ba bum bum bum. And there's a little bit of stuff that's occurring in the violins that also leads it to be quite unnerving. It's certainly not a bright, pleasant melody, and actually low key kind of terrifying. It's cool. It's cool to how we are essentially forming a bond with the Patapon by playing the music. It's fun. This is another one I would love to play. Yeah, that was cool. Hey Race, what's going on? Nice to see you. Let's check out. All right, we're not running out of time per se, but I do have to do some culling here. So hold on one second. We did this. I have it on my Vita. Like I have a PSP. I don't want to skip out on Rhythm Doctor. I think I'm going to skip out on Geometry Dash, unfortunately. I think I'm going to skip out on Gitaru Man. Hold on. So I've got Freedom Die from Perusia. Whoa. Yeah, we're definitely going to check out Demo 1. Miosotis. I really want to check out Rhythm Doctor because I like that game a lot. Hi-Fi Rush deserves to be in here. It's also like one of the most recent ones. And DJ Super, I really like versus DJ Subatomic Supernova from No Straight Roads. So do I have time to film all these? Probably not. I think I'm going to have to skip on Rhythm Doctor, which makes me sad. And 4, 3, 5. I think I'll put No Straight Roads on a different episode. Actually really need to stream that. I'm going to play Rhythm. Yeah, actually, I would love to play Rhythm Doctor on stream. I think actually, yeah, I'm going to bow out of No Hi-Fi Rush 2. And I'll just focus on, well, yeah, I just 12:30. Yeah, I don't have the time. All right, let's check out Freedom Dive from Perusia. Oh my god, that's oh. I gotta say, that was like being spun around very, 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 very fast. There's obviously a childlike wonder in that piece that really stood out to me. I think pretty much da da ya ba ba da 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 ba da ba 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 da da ba da da ba. It was very overwhelming. It's very jarring actually because it's so non-stop in that sort of rhythmic intensity pretty much the entire time, and it really, there is melody there for sure, but it sort of smacks you in the face. And I have to say, I wasn't crazy about it. It felt very it wasn't bad per se, but it assaulted my ears is really what I'm trying to say. It's very intense, but it's also a delight. And I know I've said that about a couple other tracks in this episode too, but like clearly melodically it feels very like childish and very kid-like and very warm and bright and joyful. But I mean, at 222 beats per minute, what else could it be? It's very, very, very just in your face the entire time. There was the piano that was wonderful. I really liked the piano, but I wanted a little bit of a slowed down section so that we could like breathe and explore sort of the like the presence of melody which existed throughout this piece. And the melody, you know what I mean? And I think it's true that rhythm gaming definitely has that category of this slaps when I'm dissipating my keyboard along to it, but maybe not in standalone listening. But I do think that listening to this on its own is worth doing. Let me just really quickly correct that intro. This is we're going to be checking out Freedom Dive, and it's from the album Perusia, and it's by She, I think, She, and this is I think the first album that she's put out. But yeah, definitely sensory overload. Definitely, I mean, delightful, but also like I thought I was going to vomit because I felt like I was moving really quickly. If that makes sense. But really, really fun. Shy. Okay. Sorry. All right, let's slow it down and let's check out Miosotis from Demo 1, I should say. Wow. Shump. We're up.
I pray that you might be safe. When took every piece of me in the reflection, I cried out in pain, principles in the summer,
I can't believe this. This is. Wow, what an ending. It was shockingly reflective ending at that. Man, what a delight. I mean, it's really incredible how this stuff exists. And I think, furthermore, I think that this really highlights to me how incredibly satisfying and how interconnected all these different genres can be. It's just really, really, really impressive and really cool that we have this type of music that exists that allows us to like ingrain ourselves both in a classical world, but then also in an electronic world. And this to me is like the new frontier for, and I know obviously it's been done 8 years ago, this piece, but like there's so much more that we can do to mix and combine and explore the multi-genre aspects of this style of music. And actually, after listening to, several hours worth at this point of music, I really feel like rhythm games are actually the home. Now, this is a broad statement, so maybe I shouldn't make it, but it does feel like rhythm games are the home of music when it comes to video games. I feel like if you play rhythm games, or you like rhythm games, I feel like you have a natural sensitivity to music. And so having games that feature music as such a predominant force in them is something really to be celebrated. If people really like music and games, rhythm games are a natural home for music. That is placing music at the forefront rather than at the background, which is something that has come up a lot in my conversations with non-gamers. They're like, well, I can't believe that someone composes all of this music that someone may not even pay attention to. And then you flip the script and you say, rhythm games say hello. Rhythm games are where music goes to be appreciated because we literally become one with that music. And to an extent, it's almost like we're playing that music and manifesting that music and music is a boss, you know what I mean? Challenging music, you're literally challenging music to a duel. And I don't think that there's anything really like that in games outside of rhythm game elements, where you feel really connected to the gaming musical experience. And I really can't think of another genre, whether it's in a main game like a AAA game or in mobile games, where you're actively fighting and combating against music. And it does expose smaller composers to opportunity. You're right. And I think that's really cool too. There's a lot more video game music there's a lot more rhythm game music that we do definitely have to listen to. Of course, this video did not feature No Straight Roads. It didn't feature Hi-Fi Rush. It didn't feature a lot of other games that I'm sure are extremely interesting, Rhythm Doctor and so on and so forth. But I hope that you've enjoyed listening to and talking about this music with me. These different, this was a bit of a rhythm game primer, if you will. I certainly am going to be going to download Archaea, whatever the hell it's called, and a few others of these to really sit down and finally play them. So if you like this, thanks a ton. Feel free to check out more of the videos on the channel. And as always, thanks a ton, and I'll see you later. Gosh, guys, that was amazing. No, we're not done just yet. We have another 15 minutes. that was just my ending for the video. What an incredible experience. I know that there were a lot of tracks that I didn't get to for those of you that were recommending them, so sorry about that. I do feel bad because I would love to make these videos 5 hours long, but my brain would implode, so I don't. I wanted to actually hop into well, okay. What game on Steam should I play? That's a rhythm game. We have a few minutes. Thanks, Maverick. There's a few that I have installed. Muse Dash. DJ Max. I think I have it. I think DJ Max. Rhythm Doctor. I'm sorry. Oh. How muddy. Do I have DJ Max installed? Let's see. I think I do from the other day. Yeah, I do actually. Let's hop into DJ Max. Easy 2. Can you play Citus or Demo or Archaea? Everhood I love. We didn't even talk about Everhood. Can we play those on computer? Actually, I think I have the Citus 2-pack. Demo Reborn is on PC. Wait, I thought Demo was on Steam. I think I have a Dance of Fire and Ice. Bits and Bops? I don't know what that is. I'll have to download it. So I've never played this. Probably should play on controller. Let's see. The object that comes from the top is called a note. You don't say. Press the appropriate key to play the note as it meets the judge line. Each note is assigned to a different key. I'm going to switch to my controller. Okay. Oh, I don't know what... The coming note is a long note. Press and hold. Press plus hold when the long note meets the judge line. Be careful not to press too early, of course. So why? Oops, sorry. I wish they would keep the button combos. Side notes are special notes. Before a side note appears, a guide sign. Okay. Up, up, up. Both buttons. Shunk. Hey, Sammy, what's up, buddy? Press the key at the perfect time to increase your score. Shunk, shunk. 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 I was wrong. Yeah, it's the I fucked up. Whatever. I hit one of them. Perfect. You can check the tutorial. Let's see. Online freestyle mission collection. Let's do freestyle. All right, freestyle. I think I downloaded the Citus 2 pack. You know what's crazy is that if you bought everything that you have, everything that's possible, it would be like something like $500. Is there like a streamer mode maybe? I just want to make sure I don't get in trouble here. Notice. Oh, no, I bought the Tekken Pass. That's what I bought. Oops. Oh yeah, let's do this. What level did I pick? Key sound. I don't know what level I picked. Oops. Hopefully I picked easy. Oh god. I gotta remember that. Oh my god. I gotta remember. It's up. That's what it is. Oh god. Oh. I don't think I've ever played a rhythm game in public before. Ah. Shh. I'm going to take a look at the keyboard layout because maybe keyboard's easier. Well, I didn't see how bad I did. Oh, see? I mean, I'll take it for a first time. Let's go back and see what else is in here. How do you see the... How do you see the... No, it's not Season Pass. Yeah, let me try keyboard. I just want to go to the settings and see if there isn't like a streamer mode or something. Unbeatable? Cool. I'll keep that in mind. First of all, let's crank this. Why is this down so low? Is there... No. It's fine. I want to see the... Because I bought the Tekken stuff. Right tab. It's okay. Oh, actually... collab folder. Where's collab? Okay. Oh, Magnolia. So much good music. Tachinka. Okay, collab. Collab variety. I thought I bought it. I guess I didn't. I must have not bought it. Oh man, Moonlit Wilderness. Oh no, I didn't buy it yet. It's on my wish list. It's okay. It's gonna go on sale here soon with the sale, so I'm gonna skip that for now. Alright, let's do random.
DJ Max.
So many options. Oh my god. Okay, the only problem is I don't actually. Okay, here it is. AS. Yeah, it's way better on way easier on keyboard.
언제든지 내 모습 아직 단 한 번에 내가 잡아 절대 기죽지 않지 펴펴 네가 뭘 알아 견딜 수 없어 원해도 원하는 게 얼굴에 보여 I'm troubling you running it I'm so cold when I move that way you gon' be so blown I'm the realest in the game said I'm on fire with the blade you're about to hit my name bring it in your head like whoa so keep your eyes on me now 무엇을 보던 좋아할 거야
Wow, so fun. This song is copyright. Isn't this a League of Legends song? It's not like it's not gonna be in the video, so. Nice. You've heard this on the radio? That's not good. How'd I do? I feel like it was an A at least. Surely. A B? Damn, okay. Ah, you unlock new songs. Well, everything is copyright. It's just a question of whether or not it gets copyright claims. That's pretty. Let's try hard. I feel ready emotionally to do this. Oh. Oh. Ah, yes. As the music should sound. That's hard. Oh my god, that's really difficult. Isn't that fun? A C? Not too bad. Let me do one more. Oh my god. Mozart Symphony number 4. Shut up. Alright, this is the last one. It's like what a 12-year-old sounds like when they put you up. What the fuck? Just making it up as I go. It's so much fun, but it's a critical error to think that you can do. Hey, I'll take a C. Honestly, it's really not too bad. Whew. To do it on hard mode right away is a mistake. I have to avoid the urge to buy every single one of the packs though. Oh, Marionette. There's so much good music in here. I know. One more. It's really fun. Left shift. I mean, I don't know how you get good at songs. Hey, level B? Really? Level B? I'll take it. Wow, I'm surprised. Playing more, huh? That's the secret? I'll take a B. Alright. This is officially the last one. It's very fun to play this. What's the Geometry Wars clone? Let's do... Alright, these are all locked. I mean, is this fun to watch? That's the real question. That's cute. Oh, I'm glad it's fun. I've never watched someone play what's it called? Oh, you can lower the speed? Ah. Yeah. Oh, that's so much fun. Oh, that's so much fun. All right, well, at least I'm consistently getting B's on hards. That's good. Totally. Well, listen, everybody, I appreciate you hanging in there and checking out that video with me, and then also diving into this. I certainly would like to make this a more frequent occurrence. Maybe even once a month we do a rhythm game play where we play rhythm games. And yeah, what a great time. Thanks a ton for watching the episode and watching the stream. If you're interested well, in about 45 minutes, I'll be hopping into listening to highlights from Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade, of course, was nominated for Best Soundtrack by the Game Awards. Not that matters, but it is a really phenomenal work of art and a terrific piece of music. So hopefully you will come hang out for that at 2 o'clock in about 45 minutes. For those of you that are in different time zones, I hope you rest well. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, thanks for hanging out and for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Take care.